Hey guys, welcome to the first dedicated YouTube video for this channel. Now if you guys don't know me, my name is Danny Avalos. I run the Instagram page and coaching business, Virtues Over Vices. And basically what I focus on is teaching young men biblical masculinity and how to navigate being a young man in the times of degeneracy and modernity. Now let's talk about something pretty near and dear to my heart, which is Christian men are weak. That's what the world thinks. That all Christian men are just pushover, pencil neck, weak, effeminate, people-pleasing, nice guys. Because we're supposed to be like Jesus, and Jesus said turn the other cheek and never incite any violence and be as meek as possible. But is that really what Jesus said? I invite you guys to actually look in the Bible and look at many instances when he exuded very, very assertive masculinity and was not this meek hippie of a man. And that is what a lot of people think, guys, is that Jesus was this soft, pacifist hippie, but he was not. They forget that he chased the merchants out of the temple with a whip and turned over their tables. That in many instances, he verbally challenged the Pharisees and had very strong dialect with very harsh language towards them. He was never angry or malicious or hateful, but he was not this weak pacifist who just rolled over for anyone. He exemplified perfectly what us Christian men need to do, which is to understand when to apply the heat and when to apply the love. Why am I talking about Jesus? Well, I'm talking about him because that is the excuse that so many Christian men use for being very, very pacifist and weak in their demeanor. Is that, what would Jesus do? Well, Jesus probably would not act all weak as you are right now. Christian men need to be strong physically, mentally, and spiritually. They need to keep their heads in the Bibles, their bodies in the gym, and to be leaders as men wherever they go, with their wives, with their families, in their churches, and in all instances, just as Christ was. To exemplify biblical masculinity as Christ perfectly did, to show us an example, and for us to be an example to the world of what Christian men are supposed to be. To model ourselves after Christ to the best of our abilities, as we're not perfect, but not to idolize anyone else or try to be like anyone else of this world. Not the Red Pill, not Tate, not Jay Waller, not Fresh and Fit, not Goggins, Hormozy, or anyone, guys. He is the only true masculine idol in this world. So Christian men watching this, I am not saying for us to be blatantly rude, aggressive, hateful, or violent. But we need to have that calibration, that understanding, as Jesus did, of when to apply that love and when to apply that heat, and have a balance of both, the virtue of balance in both. To pray for discernment and for the emotional intelligence and stability and maturity that the Holy Spirit will give us, so we can exemplify what true, strong, masculine, biblical Christianity looks like, and so the world can see what Christian men are supposed to be. Not because the opinions of others in the world matter, but because we do not want to be showing up and exemplifying Christianity as not what Jesus meant for it to be. He showed up to show us what the perfect human is supposed to be like, and of course we will all fall short of the glory of him. But it is our job as men to lead, to be strong mentally, physically, spiritually, and to try to exemplify and follow his example, guys. So the next time you ask yourself and want to justify a soft behavior with what would Jesus do, remember that biblical Jesus was assertive, strong, and masculine, and will always be the perfect masculine ideal that we need to reach for.